right down. Okay. All right, Charles Rookwood.
Or smiling at Harry. Not now that Riddle has vanished from the book. This is on.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
What? That's not the one I want.
Read by Jim Dale. Brought to you.
I want the copy of Fire. Alright, let's wait then. Finish. What?
The true story of America and her critics. This is Audible.
All right, here we go.
Simon & Schuster Audio presents
Simon and Garfunkel.
Lions and Scavengers. The true story of America and her critics. Read by the author.
To the Lions, the hunters, warriors, and weavers who build, defend, and maintain the greatest civilization in the history of mankind against the scavengers who would destroy that civilization from within. Introduction. London, England. Attention lies at the core of our being. It roils us. It churns our guts. It boils our brains. That tension lies between two opposing forces. Those forces pull every man's breast. They fight to escape every civilization. One must triumph, one must fall. The spirit of the lion. The spirit of the scavengers. I write these words in London, England. I write them in disappointment, horror, and dismay. For London has been conquered by the scavengers. Just last week, London saw a massive river of protesters, hundreds of thousands strong, marching, their banners unfurled. The banners of terrorism, and of conflict, and of transgender activism, gathered together to revolt against the civilization that has given them their rights, and their prosperity, and their power. These marchers have gathered to protest in favor of the terror group Hamas. It has been just a few weeks since the slaughter of 1,200 Jews and the kidnapping of 250 others on October 7th, 2023, in the envelope surrounding the Gaza Strip. Members of Hamas and Palestinian civilians flooded into villages, a music festival, homes. They dragged out men, women, and children. They live-streamed their crimes.
Right.
And the scavengers
The place
have
is
risen in
crawling
rage
with Victor
in
Rookwood's
support of
lot
Hamas.
and Ranrock's
As the
loyalists.
Mass murder,
They're working together, all right, but it is not a friendly alliance. I'm sure you'll agree that we need to find a way in other than the front gate. Let's go.
Our comment received nearly 100,000 likes, and it spoke to the very core of the scavengers. All inhumanity against the lions is justified. And so the scavengers have gathered, here in the beating heart of what was once the center of Western civilization, to beg for more blood. Revelio. The red flags held high, ecstatically singing praising murderers and rapists. For this is their opportunity to castigate the pride and bring it low. The British Communist Party issued a statement in solidarity with Hamas, condemning the Israeli government on the day after October 7th, before Israeli military action. Jeremy Corbyn, former leader of the Labour Party, appeared at rallies flanked by Palestinian flags. A hilariously bizarre group, Queers for Palestine, quickly formed, in solidarity with people who broke queers off buildings.
How nice of you.
You can't stop Ranrock's rebellion! Why have you not run away? Intend to die, do you?
And in solidarity, Accio. This is additional feature. Companies, as far as eyes can stretch, all without with kings and tents, black or somber. All day the labor went forward, and men still looked on, unable to hinder it. So it goes today.
Up there. That's our way in.
Numbers increase.
That's our way.
Scavengers cast their magnificent ravenous eyes across the landscape and see no one to oppose them. The lions are gone. And without the spirit of the lion, our civilization collapses. The spirit of success, of responsibility, of duty. The lion understands that the universe is constructed with a set of rules he can discern. He thrills in his capacity to choose, knowing that he lives that above beasts. He embraces his moral duties in the world. His responsibilities.
If I'd known your plan was to dig up half the country...
I wouldn't have to dig if you could simply manage to bring me the child.
We wouldn't need the child if you hadn't sent a dragon to retrieve the container I spent months and countless ministry favors tracking.
You let them board the carriage. My options were limited once I knew it would be inconveniently beyond my reach of that infernal school.
Have you not acquired enough power here? I allowed you to tunnel under my family home.
Allowed me? You are here only because you are descended from a keeper and may at some point inadvertently become valuable. We had an agreement. I will share with you the power that I discovered if you locate the stores of magic that are yet to be found. So, unless you want another demonstration of my power, a power that you one day hope to wield, bring me the child.
And the lion is a weaver. He is prudent, merciful, and strong, dedicated to the construction, maintenance, and social fabric, the ties that bond. The lion weaves together the
We already knew they were after you, but now we know they're digging for stores of magic.
And Ranrock knows about the keepers.
Yes, I caught that too. Professor Rookwood said that you'd understand more once you complete the next trial.
Let's get into that castle.
Oops. Jeez.
Why don't you come up here and...
Expelliarmus!
You wait till I'm on solid ground!
Revelio.
Yeah, I said there was going to be more.
Success is the result of performance of people. Instead, the scavenger believes that any such argument is a guise for power and power only. The scavenger, in his perverse projection, believes that there is a great conspiracy against him, and that the only path to success lies in tearing away the great conspiracy to the law. The scavenger
There they are.
Any special word you want me to pass on to your mum?
Expulso!
I quit now, while you're still alive.
No more happy days for you!
There we go.
Now you've gone too far.
You can't hold out forever.
Confringo.
There's nothing left
Don't have time for this! Let's see it!
No, don't!
Confringo! Expelliarmus!
This is...
What are your thoughts on electric
Potato! Glacius! Accio! Expelliarmus!
Fetch more expulsor! How delightful! Ranrock won't
Potato! That's just fearful!
Accio! Expelliarmus!
That's just the beginning.
Repulsor! Incendio! Expelliarmus!
Little
Clumsy little fool!
Accio! Confringo! Accio! Expelliarmus! Accio! Confringo!
Expulsor! Expelliarmus! I think that one hurt.
Accio! Confringo! Accio! Confringo! Expelliarmus!
Stop this, but...
Revelio!
Civilizational harmony, they give up their virility for cowardice or timidity, collapse before the frenzy bond of their children. Enraged at the churches their parents abandoned, incensed at the free market system that handed them wealth they never earned, living at the men and women who defend the very countries and towns they inhabit, a generation of newly-turned scavengers now threatens civilization from within. They open gates. They welcome in their fellow scavengers, and the scavengers will leave. The West was war, of course. In 1897, Dr. Kipling wrote poems for design his idiot speaking portal. The British Empire was still in sight. Kipling wrote a warning to his civilization, a warning that they must not for a moment forget the value and that animated them, that brought them in. The tumult and shouting doctrine, captains of the king's heart, still stands dying in ancient sacrifice, and humble and contrite heart. More God hosts with us yet. Lest we forget, lest we forget. Yet the British did forget. Abandoning the doubts of their ancestors, moved by a promise of a fixed civilization of welfare in Ethiopia, they slipped into reality. Edmund Burke warned impatience of the vast welfare state would find the real giving complaints and profit diamond. Innovation and self-reliance in 1795 invented any system in which government attempted to feed the people at the hand of the magistrates. So once they are habituated to it, they're left for one half year, they will never be satisfied to have it otherwise. Having come to government for bread, very first scarcity will be thrown and fight the hand of heaven. Before that evil, government will double the causes of it, and then, better, they kill it. The warning might have been if the French World War II war, Great Britain turned in shame and exhaustion, away from both the empire and her principles, in search of a stable redistribution. Robbed of its initiative, the civilization line turned towards Senegal. In 1969, Lord Philip Clark appointed the scribe the medieval age of civilization. Next year, in southern living in a country that brought its soldiers home to collect the money. Statues will be standing in the same street market squares and look nearly the same. Our children will find out it's different country. All we can hope to leave them now. Yet even after the war was fulfilled, the scavengers never rested, they never surrendered, they never stopped. They sought entry, and they found willing allies within. As it turns out, the beneficiaries of the managed and sterile civilization are not grateful for what they have been given. They turn on them with snarling fury. All of this was predicted by George Orwell in 1902, when he wrote Why Young Europeans Turn to Hitler. But our socialism and capitalism is grudging the way of setting up I often will think wrong. Hitler in the sense that I often struggle being turned down. And as a result, the whole nation flings itself into his feet. Yesterday, it was the faith. Today, it becomes. The world continues to spin, but human nature does not change. And so Britain has been renamed from without to within. The gates were opened by the children of the lion. The scavengers stormed the streets of London together. They stand together, hundreds of thousands strong, waving the flag of the enemies of our civilization, tearing down those old statues from the street market square. Despite the argument, children certainly now to the professor. And so here we are, in London. The shadows grow long. The darkness approaches. The monuments are fast and covered in graffiti with terrorist-supporting monuments and national. The streets are filled with the stench of civilization today. Innocent spirits go about at night. The lions move slowly. No business fury, the red labor. They are all over. Scavengers lurk in the shadows. They gather in the darkness. And then they attack. One by one, they pull off the line. Lions are too tired to fight. Divide into now. Hold the door. Soon, very soon, scavengers will master the world. Unless. Chapter 1. The Way of the Lion. From Italy. We feel the dust. And the story. Italy is one of the most beautiful countries on the planet, and Rome is a treasure chest of a city. It is a city of layers, layers of history, piled on top of one another with glorious metropolitan archaeological knowledge that serves as a living city. Stroll past the Roman Colosseum, the Christians of Babylon, under the archetypes where the Roman Emperor commemorated his destruction of the city of Jerusalem, and towards St. Peter's Basilica, Michelangelo's heartbreaking sculpture of a Jewish mother cradling the body of a sacrificed son, still turns into tears centuries later. And then make your way toward the Sistine Chapel. Sealing the Sistine Chapel was controversial in its time, and now it has become so long that you would expect it to feel kitschy and overplayed. Instead, in an age in which we have forgotten the voices of our ghosts, it speaks. An depiction of God, an hustled old man in the sky, reaching down to heaven, the first man made in his image, the finger of the divine, really touching the finger of man, passing into him the power of creation, unique power of man to shape the world in which he lives. The knowledge that with that power comes both risk and opportunity. That gap between the finger of God and Adam, some 3/4 of it, reminds us that while man is made in God's image, he can never reach God's perfection, and that man is standing in God, made forever separate. The creation of man, before he created man, God gave him both power and responsibility. On this day, we are taking a tour of Bosnia.
Alright, I'm back. Had to take care of some pool toys.
Revelio.
Hey, no, I'm not inside yet.
By Jim Day. Brought to you by Pottermore Publishing.
It's got dark.
Chapter 1. The villagers of Little Haggleton still called it the Riddle House, even though it had been many years since the Riddle family had been there. It stood on a hill.
Revelio.
Some of its windows boarded, tiles missing from its roof, and ivy spreading unchecked over its face. Once a fine-looking man.
Well, I was down to 14. Hopefully I get some more here. Only have one. Oh, that's sad.
century ago, something strange and horrible had happened there. Something which the inhabitants of the village still like to discuss when topics for gossip are scarce. The story had been picked over so many times, and had been avoided in so many places that nobody was quite sure what the truth was. The description of the tale, however, started in the same place. 50 years before, at daybreak on a fine summer's morning, the little house had still been well kept and impressive. A maid had entered the drawing room to find all 3 Riddles dead. The maid had run
2 spots left. Really?
aroused as many people as she could. Lying there with their eyes wide open.
Revelio.
The police were summoned, and the whole little hanging stopped the executing to disguise excitement. Nobody wasted their breath pretending to feel very sad about the Riddles, for they had been most unpopular.
Okay.
Elderly Mr. and Mrs. Riddle had been rich, snobbish, and rude, and their grown-up son Tom had been, if anything, worse. They spoke about the identity of their murderers, for plainly, 3 apparently healthy people did not all drop dead of natural causes on the same night. The hanged man, the village pub, did a roaring trade that night. The whole village seemed to have turned out to discuss the murders. They were rewarded at their firesides when the Riddles took arrived dramatically in their midst and announced to the suddenly silent pub that a man called Frank Bryce had just been arrested. Frank? Cried several people. Never. Frank Bryce was the Riddles' gardener. He lived alone in a run-down cottage on the grounds of the Riddle house. Frank had come back from the war with a very stiff leg and a great dislike of crowds and loud noises, and had been working for the Riddles ever since. There was a rush to buy the full drinks and give more details. Always thought he was hard, she told the eagerly listening villagers after her 4th sherry. Unfriendly, like. I'm sure if I've offered him a cuppa once, I've offered it 100 times. Never wanted to never see him. Said a woman at the bar. He had a hard war, Frank. He likes the quiet life. That's no reason to. Who else had a key to their back door then? Barked the cook. There's been a spare key hanging in the gardener's cottage far back as I can remember. Nobody forced the door last night. No broken windows. All Frank had to do was creep up to the big house while we was all sleeping. The villagers exchanged dark looks. I've always thought he had a nasty looking out him. Right enough, grunted a man at the bar. War turned him funny, if you ask me, said the man. Told you I wouldn't like to get on the wrong side of Frank, didn't I, Doc? Said an excited woman in the corner. Oh, Jericho, said Dot, nodding fervently. I remember when he was a kid. Doubted that Frank Bryce had killed the Riddles, but over in the neighboring town of
Alright, that should be good enough.
Frank was stubbornly repeating again and again that
Revelio.
the only person he had seen near the house on the day of the Riddles' deaths had been a teenage boy, a stranger, dark-haired and pale. Nobody else in the village had seen any such thing, but he was quite sure that Frank had invented it. Then, just when things were looking very serious, the report on the Riddles' bodies came back and changed everything. The police had never read another report. A team of doctors had examined the bodies and had concluded that none of the Riddles had been poisoned, stabbed, shot, strangled, suffocated, or, as far as they could tell, harmed at all.
Revelio.
The report continued in a tone of unmistakable bewilderment. The Riddles all appeared to be in perfect health, apart from the fact that they were all dead. The doctors did note, as though determined to find something in the bodies, terror upon his or her face. But, as the frustrated police said, whoever heard of 3 people being frightened to death? As there was no proof that the Riddles had been murdered at all, the police were forced to let
There
them
is
go.
no...
The Riddles were buried in the little Hangleton churchyard, and their graves remained objects of curiosity for a while. To everyone's surprise and amid a cloud of suspicion, Frank Bryce returned to his cottage on the grounds of the Riddle house. As far as I'm concerned, he killed them, and I don't care what the police
Revelio.
said, Doc, and if he had any decency, They really feel knowing as LB knows and he did it. Frank did not move. He stayed to tend the garden for the next family who lived in the Riddle house, and then the next. But neither family stopped. Perhaps it was partly because of Frank that the new owners said there was a nasty feeling about the place, which, in the absence of inhabitants, started to fall into disrepair. The wealthy men who owned the Riddle house these days neither lived there nor put it to any use. They said in the village that he kept it for tax reasons, though nobody was very clear what these might be. The wealthy owner continued to pay Frank to do the gardening, however. Frank is living his 77th birthday now. Very
I suppose that's the quick way down.
Revelio.
See pottering around the flower beds in fine weather, even though the weeds were starting to creep up on him, try as he might to suppress them. Weeds
Confringo. Revelio.
Is there something to those symbols on the walls?
Confringo. There is. I've seen symbols like these before. I need to find all of them and cast them quickly in succession.
They knew that old Frank's devotion to the house and grounds amounted to
Revelio.
Master Garden brandishing his stick and yelling croakily at them. Frank, for his part, believed the boys tormented him because they, like their parents and grandparents, thought him a murderer. So Frank awoke one night in August and saw something very odd outside the house.
Revelio.
It was paining him worse than ever in his old age. He got up and
Confringo.
the idea of refilling his hot water bottle to ease the stiffness in his knee.
Expelliarmus. Confringo.
Looking up at the river house, he saw lights glimmering in its upper windows. Frank knew at once what was going on.
Revelio.
The house again, and judging by the flickering quality of the light, they had started a fire. Frank had no telephone. He's deeply mistrusted the police ever since they had taken questioning about the Riddle's deaths. He put down the kettle at once, hurried back upstairs as fast as his bad leg would allow, and was soon back in his kitchen, dressed and a musty key from its hook by the door.
Goblin tracks. They're a step ahead of us. Let's see where they lead.
The front door of the Riddle house bore no sign of being closed.
Revelio.
Frank looked around at the back of the house until the door.
This must be it. The store of magic and the source of Ranrock's power.
It looks empty. If they've taken all of it, why are they still here?
Ranrock said there's more to be found, and if he's right about that, it may or may not be located here. Wherever it is, we need to find it before they do. Where is that portrait?
I heard something. I was hoping that was you.
They started to climb the stairs, blessing the dust that lay thick upon the stone, because it muffled the sound.
Revelio.
On the landing, Frank turned right and saw at once where the intruders were. Very in the passage.
Professor Rookwood, the goblins and dark wizards who've overrun your castle are digging for stores of magic and have broken open some sort of container.
No! Things are more dire than I could have imagined. If, as you told Percival, a goblin in his vault was wielding a powerful magic, then they have somehow learned. It cannot be!
And sir, they know you were a keeper. Ranrock used the term.
This makes no sense. How did... We shall discuss this later. Right now, you must complete the next trial.
Just tell me where I need to go.
The power you stand to wield must first be fully understood. The trials will ensure that. Power without knowledge is dangerous indeed. In the wrong hands, we will simply have to outwit Ranrock and my unfortunate namesake.
Very well, Professor. Tell me where I need to go.
I shall reveal the path. Professor Fig must leave you now.
I would join you if I could. I shall await your arrival in the map chamber.
Revelio.
said the first voice nervously. She set out to explore the house, I think. You will milk her before we retire, Wormtail.
Rebellion.
I went eating in the night. The journey has tired me greatly. Ralph followed. Studio stood closer to the door, listening very hard. There was a pause, and then a man called Wormtail spoke. My lord, may I ask how long we are going to stay here? A week, said the cold voice. Perhaps not. The peace is moderately comfortable, and the plan cannot proceed yet. It would be foolish to
Revelio.
The Witch World Cup is over. Frank inserted a gnarled finger into his ear and rotated it. Owing no doubt to a build-up of earwax, he had heard the word the creatures grow up by Forgive me, but I do not understand. Why should we wait until the World Cup is over? Because, fool, at this very moment, wizards are pouring into the country from all over the world. From the Ministry of Magic, magical science and unusual activity, checking and double-checking my abilities. They are obsessed with security as the muggles into so we wait. Frank stopped.
Oh, that's right.
I need to reposition that pillar to climb out of it. Perhaps the archway is the answer.
Your lordship is still determined, Wormtail said quietly. Certainly, I am determined, Wormtail. There was a note of menace in the cold voice now. A slight pause followed, and then Wormtail spoke, the words tumbling from him in a rush, as though he was forcing himself to say this before he crossed his throat. It could be done without Harry Potter, my lord. Another pause, more protracted, and then
Revelio.
The second voice stopped.
Accio.
My lord, I did not say this out of concern for the boy, said Wormtail, his voice rising sweetly. The boy is hushed.
Revelio.
If we were to use another witch or wizard, any wizard, the field would be done so much more quickly. For a short while, as myself most effective, I could be back here in as little as 2 days with a suitable person. So much for this, said the cold voice softly. That is true. God, it makes sense, said the it is so well protected.
Revelio. That pillar is blocking the path. I'll need to move it. Accio.
The plan be nothing more than an attempt to discern. I only wish. This specific voice. I can always tell. You are I see.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Is there any way to reposition this archway?
But you seem so much stronger, my lord. The second voice.
Wingardium Leviosa.
When a few days away, you could become the rocky, the little hellbag of regain under your club.
Incendio.
Wormtail.
Confringo. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
For a few seconds, Frank could hear nothing but fire. And the second he spoke once more.
Confringo. Revelio.
As for the protections around me, I believe my plan will all that is needed is a little creation from the world. Tired you will pray, unless you wish to feel the full extent of the laws of Earth. My lord, I must speak, said Wormtail, his voice now. For through our journey, I have gone over the plan in my head, and my lord, Bertha Jorkins' disappearance will not
Revelio. Accio.
If I murder, whispered the second voice, if you follow the plan, Wormtail, the ministry need never know that anyone else has died. You will do it quietly, without fuss. I will do it myself, but in my present condition. Come, Wormtail, one more death and our path to Harry Potter is clear. I am not asking you to do it alone. My faithful servant will have rejoined us.
Wingardium Leviosa,
said Wormtail, the nearest trace of sulkiness in his voice. Wormtail, this is something like he has never been, but unfortunately fulfilled neither requirement. I thank you, said Wormtail, but there was definitely a sulky edge to his voice now. I was the one.
Revelio.
I brought you Bertha Jorkins. That is true, said the second man, sounding confused. Yes, I will not have thought possible from you, Wormtail.
Oh, here we go.
Now, if truth be told, you are not aware how useful she would be for her. I thought you might.
Expelliarmus Potato. Confringo. Accio. Confringo.
You took a bath? Alright. Did you have fun in the pool? Did you have fun in the pool? Yeah.
Wormtail's voice suddenly sounded hoarse as though his mouth had gone very quiet. Said the cold voice sleepily. Why? It's so bad, and it was you expect them to get my useless. In case one would question who had been asked to bring them back to the ministry with the news that she had met through on her holidays, wizards who are supposed to be dead would be well not redundant to the ministry of magic, which is the wayside ignorance. Turn up something so quietly that frankly clear. But in the second half, the entire
Expelliarmus. Confringo. Accio. Confringo. Catalsa. Leviosa. Potato. Stupid. Revelio.
And he was planning more murders. This boy, Harry Potter, whoever he was in danger. Frank knew what he must do. Now, if ever was the time to go to the police. Creep out of the house and head straight for the telephone box in the village. For the cold voice was speaking. Frank was those police.
Confringo. I believe I need to proceed to the left here, but how?
The second man's voice. It's not even something Frank had never heard before. It was hissing and spitting without drawing breath. Frank felt into
Accio! Confringo!
the dark passageway. He turned to look.
Revelio!
He found himself paralyzed with fright. Something was slithering toward him along the dark corridor floor. And as it did, the slithered he realized with a thrill of terror that it was a gigantic snake, at least 12 feet long. Horrified, transfixed, Frank stared as its undulating body wildly the only means of escape was into the room where two men sat rocking over. Yet, if his stay where he was, the snake was shrinking through. But before he had made his decision, the snake was level with him. Incredible, miraculous. It was
There's a pillar here and a ledge near it.
Where'd that go?
Confringo! Hitting those marks readjusts the arches. Perhaps there's a way forward from the other side of this one.
There's an old man standing right outside this room.
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
A chance to hide himself. There were footsteps coming through the short, balding man with broken words and small a mixture of dark and calm in his face. Eyes in his
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
old voice was the snake, on the other hand, was curled up on the rocking path road, like some horrible fantasy. One tailed at the hand. But still deeply shaken, Frank took a firmer grip upon his walking stick, then limped over the threshold.
Revelio! Is it possible to pull one of those blocks through the archway?
Frank stared back at the archway. Inside his seat, it was small and stone. Frank could really see it. Said the bold voice. What's that?
Oh, there we go.
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Accio!
It had always been so before. I am calling you up after, said the voice. It means that you are not a wizard. I don't know what you mean by wizard, said Frank, his voice growing steadier.
Leviosa!
I'm really not to interest the policeman today. You're murder, but you're planning more. And I'll tell you this too, he added on a sudden inspiration. My wife knows I'm up in here, and if I don't come back...
Wingardium Leviosa!
Said the cold so, I'm glad to know how the more are both for he knows, he always knows. Is that right? Said Frank grumpily.
After pulling the block out through the archway, I can place it where it can be climbed on while on the other side of the archway.
Said the cold voice, very audibly howling back into the cage.
Revelio!
Face you. So,
Confringo!
The smoke walked forward and began to flip the chair. The smoke lifted its ugly tail behind it. This black the chair was facing back. Its full voice. His walking stick fell to the floor with a clatter. His arm fell from the swing. He was swinging so loudly that he never heard the words the big bird spoke as it moved to the back. There was a flash of green light, a rushing sound, and Frank Price crumpled.
Confringo!
200 miles away, the boy called Harry Potter went the sky. Chapter 2.
Revelio!
The sky. Harry lay flat on his back, hard as though he were woken from a vivid dream with his hands pressed on his face. The red scar on his forehead, which was shaped like a bolt of lightning, was burning beneath his fingers as though
let's go again.
He sat up, one hand still on his scar, the other reaching out in darkness with his glasses, which were
Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Accio! Expelliarmus!
his bright green eyes puzzled under his untidy black
Revelio!
Okay, we're going to.
Star of his reflection more closely, but looked normal, but in his face. Harry tried to recall what he had been dreaming about before he had awoken. It had seemed so real. There had been two people he really had.
Okay.
Harry felt as though his hand had slipped down into his stomach and began to. He closed his eyes tightly, trying to remember what Voldemort would look like, but it was impossible. All Harry knew was that at the moment when Voldemort's
Revelio!
swung around, and Harry had seen what was sitting in it. He had felt a spasm of horror which had awoken. Or could that be? And who had the old man been? Well, there had definitely been an old man. Harry had watched him fall to the ground. It was all becoming confused. Harry put his face in his hands, trying to hold on to the picture of that dim little room. It was like trying to keep water in his colored hands. The details were now trickling into his glasses and trying to hold on to them. Voldemort and Wormtail were thinking about someone they had killed, though Harry could not remember the name. They had been plotting to kill someone else. Harry took his
Revelio!
opened his eyes and stared around his bedroom as though expecting to see something unusual. As it happened, there was
Accio! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Glacier!
stood up at the foot of his bed, revealing a cold, broomstick, black rooms, and swords.
Expelliarmus!
Some parchment littered that part of his desk that was not taken up by the large.
Accio!
On the floor beside his bed, a book lay. Harry had been reading before he fell asleep last night. The pictures in this book were real. Men in light orange robes were zooming in and out of sight on broomsticks, throwing red ball to one another. Harry walked over to the book, picked it up, and watched one of his boys with a goal by putting the ball through a 50-foot high hoop. Then he snapped the book shut. Even Quidditch, in Harry's opinion, the best sport in the world, couldn't distract him at the moment. He placed flying the cannons on his bedside, rushed to the window, and drew back the curtains to survey the street below. Privet Drive was
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
in the early hours of Saturday morning. All the curtains were closed. As far as Harry could see through the darkness, there wasn't a living creature in sight, not even a cricket. It wasn't the pain that bothered him. Harry was no stranger to pain. He'd lost all the bones from his right arm once. It couldn't be broken. The same arm had been pierced by a very long hand on the arm. Last year, Harry was born.
Oh, you know what?
He was used to bizarre accidents and injuries. They were unavoidable if you attended Hogwarts, the witchcraft and wizardry, and had a knack for attracting a lot of trouble.
Revelio.
What was bothering Harry was that the last time his scar had hurt him, it had been because Voldemort had been close by. But Voldemort couldn't be here now. The drive was absurd, impossible. Harry listened in silence a little. Was he not expected to hear the creak of a stair or the slip of a foot? He jumped off as Harry's cousin Dudley gave a tremendous grunt and snore from the next room. Harry shook himself and one in the house room except
Revelio.
and Dudley. They were plainly still asleep, but dreams were sleep was the way Harry liked the Dursleys best. It wasn't as though they were ever Uncle Vernon, Aunt Petunia, and Dudley.
All right. I'm going to do that. Closing of defense. That matches. I like that. See that purple mask. People platypus. People platypus. We gotta show Bryson. I think so we'll do this. Yeah, okay, do it. Let's see if there's purple.
Revelio.
Alright, now the fun's over. It's gonna be... There you are.
Expelliarmus. What a relief.
My scar hurt again. Last time that happened, it was because Voldemort was in Hogwarts. I didn't.
Revelio.
I'll send this with Hedwig when she gets back. She's off hunting at the moment. So, Harry. Yes, poor Harry. That looked all right. There was no point putting in a tree. He didn't want it to because he was too worried. He folded up the parchment and laid it aside on the desk. Opened his wardrobe once more. And I glanced at his reflection. He started to get dressed before going down to breakfast.
Not bad.
Chapter 3.
You get some, but that's all right.
By the time Harry arrived in the kitchen, the 3 Dursleys were already seated around the table. None of them looked up as he entered or sat down. Uncle Vernon's large red face was hidden behind the morning's Daily Mail, and Aunt Petunia was cutting a grapefruit at the corner. Dudley looked evil and host, and somehow seemed to be taking up even more space than usual. This was saying something, as he always took up an entire side of the square table by himself. When Aunt Petunia put a quarter
I must say I'm curious to hear of Isadore's travels.
There you are.
Do come in.
Had taken a most unpleasant turn since he was
Please, have a seat.
Uncle Vernon and Aunt Petunia.
Isadora, we are all most intrigued to hear.
We're ready.
Was a very gifted boy whose teachers didn't understand him.
I've something to show you.
Vernon maintained that he didn't want some
Father,
spotty little
these are my colleagues from Hogwarts.
Anyway, they also skated over the accusations of bullying every
Father hasn't spoken since my brother died.
But he wouldn't hurt to fly. Aunt Petunia
On my
was
travels,
carefully.
I confirm that which I've always believed,
There were a few
that
well-chosen
we have the power to
but
take
not
away
enough of it
pain.
Aunt Petunia could explain away. No matter how much Aunt Petunia wailed that Dudley was big-boned, and that his pounding was really puppy-fat, and that he was a growing boy who needed everything.
Isadora.
The schoolnurse had seen on Aunt Petunia's eyes so sharply she was spotting fingerprints on her living walls, only observing tongues and going with the neighbors.
What have you done?
I took his pain.
The nourishment Dudley would use nothing as time as a young kid. So, after many tantrums,
This is uncharted magic, Isadora. You can only see what has been sealed in the jar, and we do not know what power that may hold. But the traces of that magic are different from what I've seen before.
Bars and burgers, and filled instead with fruit and vegetables and the sort of things that Uncle Vernon called rabbit coating. To make Dudley feel better about it all, Aunt Petunia had insisted that the whole family
You're back. And in one piece, no less. It is good to see you again.
Professor Rookwood told me about what happened at Rookwood Castle.
In light of the dire circumstances in which we find ourselves, it is most fortunate that someone so competent is following this path.
Thank you, Professor. I shall keep the second artifact safe as you've advised.
Good. Are you ready to move on?
Much experience of Hagrid's cooking. Mrs. Weasley, however, had sent the family out in errand with an enormous...
What was the glowing strand that Isadora pulled from her father's chest?
It was pain. You will understand more about her actions as you complete the trials.
I'm ready for whatever comes next.
In that case, introductions are in order.
Allow me to introduce former Hogwarts headmistress, Neve Fitzgerald.
Looking forward to a real breakfast when he got back upstairs, he ate his grapefruit without complaint. Uncle Vernon laid aside his paper with a deep
How do you do?
disapproval.
I must say that I was not entirely surprised to learn that a student had been completing the trials.
He said grumpily to
I've always believed Hogwarts students capable of anything they set their minds to.
Thank you, Professor. It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
I am certain that you are more than capable of completing my trial. However, I must first, how shall I say, prepare the location of your next trial.
We trust your judgment, Professor Fitzgerald. You should know better than anyone how to manage the inconvenience of, well...
A vainglorious and exasperating headmaster? Indeed, I should. I shall confirm that everything is in order
Uncle
immediately.
Vernon answering curtly. Then the front door closed and the sound of ripping
Professor Fitzgerald needs some time to clear the way forward. Until then, you should continue to hone your magic. If you learn more about Ranrock and Victor Rookwood's activities in the meantime, please let us know.
Very well, Professor. I know. Continue to hone my magic.
You do learn quickly. Hopefully you will soon hear from Lodgok as well, and we shall learn how he fared with the helmet you retrieved. Well done today, as always. We shall speak again soon.
Here we go. Oh, where is it? Temple Campus. That's no one asked us.
Natty told me about your run-in with the poachers. I have some news about them as well. Can you meet me soon? I fear that some of what I uncovered has to do with you.
Assignment all...
The exploding charm, Bombarda. Once you have completed the tasks I've set forth, speak to me after class.
There we go.
So I never met you, I would just like to let you know I sure hope I get you someday. Fun size don't cost this. Love you, it's not the drugs. Loves me to be those, anytime it's me, those you will know it's those.
Protego!
Seems like no one's around. I think speech might not be greatest, but you're in which 50 I found. Drinks and treetops. Drinks is still from a straw.
Oh, here we go.
Seems like a burden, now perhaps you learn when you don't know the words he goes.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
If it isn't the fastest Ravenclaw.
Excellent. Salazar Slytherin's spellbook. Meet me in the Undercroft. I found something.
Not yet.
I take it you're ready to learn your new spell.
I completed your assignment, Professor. I'm ready to learn Bombarda now.
Good. Now, this spell comes with a caveat. It should only be used when necessary. The exploding charm, as you might suspect, can hurt people. Use caution when casting it.
I will, Professor.
I will hold you to that promise. Now, you must be precise in your wand movements. We don't want you blowing your hand off. Go ahead. Nice and steady wand movements. Remember, the exploding charm is highly volatile. Well done. Now, let us put it into practice, shall we? Go ahead and try it on the pumpkins. Bombarda. Excellent wand work. Cast the spell just like that every time. Assured and in control. Excellent. You have it well in hand.
All of it, yeah. Oh. All right, I'll do that. Sorry, Pete. What's up?
Spare a moment. Deke has an idea to share with you.
Hello, Deke. You wanted to talk to me?
Indeed. Deke thought you might want to learn how to build a breeding pen so that you can breed beasts.
That sounds like a very good idea.
Rescuing and breeding beasts go hand in hand. Young beasts are particularly vulnerable to poachers. Breeding beasts here in the room will allow us to keep the younger ones safe.
I see. What do I need to do?
First, bring a pair of beasts to the room. One male, one female. Deke suggests rescuing thestrals, as they're at great risk from poachers. Noble creatures, but their relationship with death gives them a bad reputation. They're prized by poachers for their tail hairs.
I've seen thestrals before, but where would I find a pair of them nearby?
Deke has seen some wild thestrals not too far from the Hogwarts grounds. Then you'll need to purchase a spellcraft for the pen from Tomes and Scrolls and gather the materials it requires. Once you've rescued the thestrals and you have the spellcraft, you come and find Deke.
Female. Female. Nurture. Purple gem.
Everything's all right now.
Of course, it has to be a Phoenix.
Ah, the secret.
The Minister of Magic didn't get where he is by thinking.
Take your time looking about. Plenty of wonderful books to stoke a curious mind like yours.
Now we can conjure a breeding pen in the room. Best get back to Deke with the Thestrals.
Nothing like finding just the right thing, is there? A pleasure doing business with you. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Revelio.
Need a male kestrel. Forbidden forest. It should be there. I think. It's not. Yes. Email.
Accio. Revelio. Leviosa. Oh, no, you don't. Revelio.
Press the X instead of square. Let's go.
Revelio. There. I'm not going to hurt you. Revelio. I've rescued the Thestrals and bought the spellcraft for the pen.
Excellent. Now, to breed your Thestrals, simply release them into the same vivarium in which you conjure the pen. Then use the pen to start the process. Come and see Deke when you're finished.
I shall. I wonder where I should conjure their pen.
Deke never grows tired of the room's surprises. We now have the perfect place for those Thestrals. Please let Deke know once you've bred them.
Alright, this one has take that. Oh, I did have one of these already. No. Can't be right. There we go. There we go. That. That. That, and then one of those.
Settle yourself. I mean you no harm.
Come here, dude.
Revelio. Professor Howard will never believe this. I'll look after you.
This one.
Protego!
You're doing well breeding beasts. Perhaps you should try with the Thestral that you rescued.
Yeah. It's 2 down. Oh, I need a male follow. Okay. No, at least I know that. Alright, Pete. Oh, that's right. What on you? Unicorn. I need a female unicorn. Male. 2. Okay. Female unicorn, male 2.
What are you up to now?
Not going to hurt you.
Be the forest. Trying to look for. Unicorn. Nice. Female unicorn. She's not going to be very easy. One unicorn.
Revelio. Revelio. Settle yourself. I mean you no harm.
Working on that one. I'll do that when I come back.